This video was brought to you by Noble Knight Games. More about them at the end of the video. Hey everybody, Kimberly here, and I'm so excited to share with you Kinfire Delve, Vainglory's Grotto. So this is one of 3 box sets, tiny boxes. I mean, look at this. It's like nice and compact. This is the box itself, and it comes with a bunch, but it is a card game for 1 to 2 players, and it is a cooperative adventure in the same world as Kinfire Chronicles Night's Fall, which I've talked about a lot on the channel because I think it's stunning with mechanics, with story, and with artwork, and this does not disappoint because what you're going to do in this game is you're going to dive deep into this well, and you're going to fight your way all the way to the bottom to get to Vainglory. And I want to show you what's in the box because not only do the mechanics and the story line up, but the artwork does as well. So characters are going to be one of 2. You can play this solo as Core, or you can play as Asha. So this is the artwork that you're going to see with Asha. She is just a stunning fighter. Asha of Billbrook, opportunist. She has a special ability, and not only that, she has 3 different backs to her deck. Every character is going to have an entire deck of cards that allows them to function and act differently. They have different skills, they have different strengths, they have different special actions. So this is the back of her main character card. I mean, come on. These are just stunning cards. And this is her lantern. And Kinfire is something very special in this game and in the story world that you're going to get with Kinfire Delve and Kinfire Chronicles. So this starts face down because our characters don't have their lantern lit. They will get a chance to. But what you're going to see here is Core. Core is a really, really cool character. It says here self-sacrificing. All these characters are seekers. He's got this cool little buddy right here. So we're going to keep Core right there. This is, again, more of the cool artwork that you're going to see here. And then lastly, this is Core's lantern. So that's the back of it. Again, just stunning. And then there it is. Okay, so cool, so cool, so cool. So we're going to keep it face down. Hopefully we'll be able to activate it. This 10 right here, this is your D10. This is going to keep track of your health in the game. So players are going to start at 10, and if they go down to 0 because they are working together, their collective health, then they are going to lose the challenge. And this challenge should take about an hour to play. They're playing against Vainglory, and this well is surrounded by these challenges, these obstacles, and these events. This is the deck, and I want to show you how massive this deck is. It seems almost impossible to get through. The back of the deck looks like this. Again, with the artwork, I'm just stunned. But what you have to do is players have this deck. They have to get all the way to the bottom of all these cards. And then once that happens, then we are going to reveal the big baddie. They're going to be surrounded by these super special characters that are going to protect it, and you have to essentially get at the defenses so that you're able to actually get at Vainglory and then defeat Vainglory. Now, the cool thing about this too is there are 3 different ones to pick from. And you shuffle them up at the beginning of the game, and then you're going to put one out here so you're not exactly sure how Vainglory is going to behave. Now, characters are going to run through the hand that they have dealt in the beginning, and they're going to become exhausted. So you've got this exhaust card here, and when any character gets exhausted, you flip one over, and that is going to affect the game. And if you ever have 3 of the same name exhaust card, players are too exhausted and they lose the game. So there are a lot of features here that players have to keep in mind as they play. So what I'm going to do is get my hand and just show you what the cards do, how they function, and how you attack, traps, how you combat, how you do puzzles, defeat obstacles, and then I'll show you an event card as well, because this game has so much coolness to it, and because I'm familiar with the system of the cards and the colors, it feels so comfortable and it feels so much like home to me with Kinfire Chronicles, because this is again in that same universe. So with 2 seekers, in the game, you are going to deal 7 cards to each player. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put that back, and we're going to do the same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you're going to take a look at those cards, and those cards are going to have all different kinds of notes and stuff on it. So what I want to show you is first, this is your quick guide on your turn. You've got 4 well cards surrounding the master, which is our Vainglory collector. There are 2 types, events and challenges. Right now I just have challenges out, but I'm going to choose a challenge card to interact with, attempt the challenge, and I will show you what that looks like and what your turn essentially consists of. So I'm going to take a look at my cards, and I want to show you these cards. Again, the cards are just really, really stunning. So a card has a particular color on the edge, and it could be either green, red, blue, or white. And challenges have to match the challenge that is on the well. So if I want to challenge the maze, which is a puzzle, I need it to be blue. So I can use either of my blue cards that I got dealt to my hand, or I can play with a white, because a white is wild. And you want the number in the corner to be your strength. And you can see in the corner here, the strength of the maze is 7. I need 7 or more to beat it. But I don't just get to play a card from my hand. There are other things that get to happen as well. And you might even have cards that say certain things like sneak attack, which is both blue and green. And at the bottom, this is simply for boost ability. So I will talk about boost in a second. So you don't want to look at that when you're the active player. But if there are words here, you're going to take a note of those. So this one, my Odd Raven Charm, says, again, we're not looking down here, discard when any seeker suffers damage to prevent up to 2 damage, then draw a card. So this card would be best kept in my hand and not played as a blue to fight against the maze. And I might even keep my sneak attack because it has a really good boost value. So I'm simply going to pick one of my cards and put it out here so that I can show you what boost means, because as the active player, you don't boost. Your fellow players on your team boost your action when it's not their turn. So I'm looking at these cards, and I want to maybe go against, let's say, Crystal Caves. I'm going to, let's see here, and attempting a trap. Ooh, this looks good. +2 if attempting a trap, but it also has a really good trap value. These cards are so good. Ooh, how about this? Let's do Scorpion Strike. I'm going to put her cards right here as Asha, and I am simply going to play her card, and it's 2 green, and it says here, I've learned the hard way never to be caught unprepared. After this action, draw 2 cards. This prevents her from being too exhausted too soon. So I'm going to play 2, and I'm going to go into the Crystal Caves. I'm choosing that obstacle to put 2 up against. Now it's 7. This may or may not actually help me at this time, but it's progress, and I'll tell you why. Because Core is now going to look at their hand, and Core is looking at these cards and wanting to match the bottom, and you'll even see here, this is really, really interesting. So while this card is actually just a red card for an action card if they're the active player, at the bottom you'll see the boost is red and green, or red or green. So it's a +2 plus a shield defensive damage. So if the card itself says you take damage, which this card doesn't, Crystal Caves says that if we lose, we're going to put 2 cards back into our deck, which is bad because we want to get through the deck. The win is getting our lantern lit, which is huge. We want to get that lantern lit because it's a super special card that you get to use one time until you light it again, and then maybe get to use it again. But Core maybe wants to boost and give a special strength. Let's maybe have Core do this red card. This gives a boost of +2 to either a green or a red challenge. So we are going to simply say boost is 2 down here, and then my 2 that I played on my card. And then you are going to, as it says here, play the skill card, boost the action up to 2 times. So characters in the game or players in the game can boost up to 2 times. And then I'm going to roll the dice, but I'm simply going to just boost once. Boosting is a way to go through your cards faster. It does help you succeed in challenges a little bit better, perhaps, but it also runs through your deck. And if you go through your cards that you were dealt, you have to exhaust, and exhausting is bad for the team. It adds these complications. So you kind of want to balance that out. But I'm going to roll these dice. And these dice have a variety of symbols. They are blue, red, green, which match those challenges and give you 1 more point of skill. Wild is white, which gives you another one. And then the darkness or the black side is not good. And if it's activated, it might actually do something if it says so with our cards that are out in the board. But usually it just acts as a no. It's not a success. So now I'm going to roll the dice. And I got 1 green, 1 wild, and 2 blue. So I actually got 2 more. So I got 2, and 2 is 6. That is just enough to not succeed. Oh, I was so close. Oh my gosh. That's a real tough one, because we are going to take the lose challenge, the lose negative, essentially. It says here, oh no, aha, oh my gosh, check this out. Read the card, folks. It says here, when attempting this challenge, if you roll a wild Kinfire, you complete it. So because I rolled that wild, I am going to put those progress tokens back. I'm going to discard this to the discard pile, but I'm going to take the win bonus, not the negative bonus, which is really, really big. So I'm going to flip over my lantern, and now I have a wild 5 eclipse, and it says after this action, you may discard up to 2 other challenges. And again, the goal here is to get through all of these cards. Once this card is done, we replace it. We're going to put these in our discard piles so that we don't have those cards anymore in our hand. But now we have a new side around the well, and we are going through this deck ever so slowly, but we're making our way through it. And that was one character's turn of attempting a challenge. There's also events. So I'm going to take a look and see if I can find an event at the bottom. Okay, great. Let's see here. We've got this event. I'm going to put this deck back. So this is an event. It will tell you right there at the top, the Night Garden. Why does the piano seem so terrifying, Asha? Of course, Asha's this character here. It says here, subtract and exhaust, which means take 1 back, and then attach this card to Vainglory. So you are taking away the exhaust from triggering potentially the end of the game if you have 3 of the same named cards out there, but you're also attaching this card to Vainglory, which makes Vainglory a little bit harder to get to. It's going to make them stronger in the end. So you're taking, you're getting a boost now, but you're really just passing it off for later. But it could again extend your chances of getting all the way down to the bottom of the well, getting through all of those cards. So event cards, you just simply do them. You don't have to do a challenge. You just simply read them, but it is your turn. So let me show you what Core's going to do on their turn, just as another example. Core has some blue cards, has a wild, Flickers is his little companion, and 1 red card. The stag is out here. That could be a really great ability. You know, this doesn't, this is a good card to save to the end. Let me show it to you. Tireless says, if played as the last card in your hand, draw a new hand of cards without gaining an exhaust. This is a fantastic one to keep. I am not going to play this one as Core. I'm going to put that at the back and just save it, because that is a chance to avoid getting an exhaust, and that's just huge. So maybe not a red challenge, maybe going after one of these other challenges. Wow! Oh man, accept the blow. 6 potential points towards it. And it says here, oh, it also has a shield of defense. Before attempting a challenge, suffer that challenge's penalty as though you had failed it. Wow, I mean, you can fail and succeed at the same time. And the fail here is that you lose 2 cards from your hand, which is not good. Yikes. The win is to get 2 more cards out of this deck so that they don't come out into play. And then, of course, there are other conditions to keep in mind. If completed, complete all other copies of the maze in play. Well, that's cool if there were more copies. If failed, discard 1 additional card for each other copy of the maze in play. So you want to make sure if you attempt it, you succeed. Boy, that's rough. So I think he's just going to take a challenge and just try to figure out... oh, how about this? Let's have him do Fresh Eyes. We're going to save that 6 because that's a really good card. Fresh Eyes is a 3 towards blue or green, and it says if attempting a puzzle, a wild is actually worth an extra +2 if rolled. So I'm going to just gamble. We'll see here. So he's going to go after the maze and hopefully succeed. It could be worth 3 plus the 1 plus 2 is 6, and then maybe one of the blues rolled. So the gamble here is, does Asha want to contribute? Ash has got a +2 for blue down here in the bottom for both. You can see it says here it's blue and red. You can see that. And so that's the boost. There's no trap. There's no combat. This is a puzzle. So each word is going to have a keyword on the particular challenge. So we're going to say Asha doesn't. We're just going to risk it. We're going to gamble. And we're going to hope that Court does it. Gosh, hopefully he does it. I mean, hopefully this roll comes back up again. So we'll see. Here we go. And we got it. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. So it's 3. This counts as 1 and wild. This counts as the blue. So that's 3, 4, 5. And it says here, 6, 7, boom. We got it. That was so fortunate. Wow. Okay, so that card gets discarded, but the success is going to happen, which is moving 2 more cards from the top of the pile into the discard pile, so that we're moving through that. And then if completed, we would discard all the other copies of the maze. We don't have any more, so we're simply going to go 1, 2, and then we're going to flip over a card. And now we've got another card here. And this is how the game works. There are so many cool cards in here. The characters have just a unique deck that has them playing in a very different way. And like I said, the other 2 box sets that are coming out for Kinfire Delve are 2 other characters with a brand new challenge. You are going to get the 6 characters that are in Kinfire Chronicles that are playing in this Kinfire Delve. But each one of these boxes can be interchanged, can be combined, and the price point on this, I'm just amazed by. $20. I mean, that's what this game is. And it's kind of endlessly replayable because this is a cooperative challenge where you win together or you lose together. And with this kind of artwork, with the foil, on these cards, it's just so beautiful. It's so stunning. I like the resolve dice system. I like the fact that you play a card and then other people can boost your challenge based on the kind of challenge it is. If it's red, blue, green, or you can play a wild out there. And you have a super cool special lantern that is a one-time use, but then you can maybe recharge it again based on the symbols. So there's always a win, there's always a lose, but if you don't win, you add progress. And the progress is going to stay until it is won or lost. So it's very, it's just very intuitive. It's very clear. You can have progress on multiple challenges as you go. It's just really smart. So this is super replayable. Again, with the amount of events that are in this deck, not events, but events and challenges, it's just cool, and it comes in this teeny tiny box. So here's what I want you to do. If you think this game sounds right up your alley, if you are interested in trying this, if you want to play this game and have your very own copy of Vainglory's Grotto, I want you to write in the comments, what about this sounds interesting? What system do you like? Is it the challenges that surround the villain as you dive deep down into the well? Is it a little bit of this dice, this roll to resolve for getting bonuses that you hope you can get, but you can't count on it? Is it the boosting system that your fellow players can play to help support you on your turn? Is it the artwork? Is it the super cool, unique decks that each character has, like Core and Asha? What is it? What is it that interests you? Because I think there's just so much to love about this game, and I'm excited for the other 2 versions to come out because, again, I kind of want to mix and match all the characters, and I'm still playing through Kinfire Chronicles Night's Fall right now, and we are playing with Asha and with Core, and I'm playing Roland, who's the dwarf, and it's just so much fun, and I can't wait for Roland's box to come out because I just love playing him in the bigger tabletop role-playing game that has so much more stuff to it. So if you want to look at Kinfire Chronicles, just type that in, Google it on my channel, and you're going to find a ton of Kinfire Chronicles Night's Fall stuff. But for this game, what interests you? Put it in the comments. Let me know. Just entering is going to get you, or just commenting down there gets you an entry to possibly win this. I will randomly determine the winner, and I will let you know in my channel blog. And then all you have to do is just contact me, give me your address, and I will ship it off to you ASAP, and you'll have this super soon. I mean, as soon as you get to me, I will get it back to you. So this is just a way for me to share the love with you, and I hope the game sounds as interesting to you as it does to me. Again, just comment below, gets you 1 entry into the giveaway. I do want to make sure it's just US only, contiguous states for shipping, just to make it easy and hopefully affordable enough for me to keep doing these giveaways for my channel. Thank you, and I will see you next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye. Noble Knight Games is your portal to all things gaming. Visit them online at nobleknight.com, or if you're near downtown Madison, Wisconsin, you can enter their fortress, which features 5,500 square feet of roomy retail and gaming space. Noble Knight Games hosts daily game groups and events and a free-to-play board game library. Their storefront offers access to thousands of tabletop gaming products, from the newest games and hobby supplies to rare, collectible, and vintage titles from all over the world.